Welcome to the City of Garden scenario for Cities Skylines Green Cities. This eco-friendly DLC was released in October 2017 if you're watching this in the future, and this is the first of the 3 scenarios that I will be doing on my channel. So in the first part we kind of got down to it. We managed to fix a few problems in the city, and to show you that here the objectives: we had to build 10 parks and we got to create 15,000 squares of organic local produce specialization, average happiness of over 85 and a population of 50,000, and we had to fix the happiness within the first 30 weeks, and now we have to keep the average happiness above 60 to avoid failure. And why is the game paused? Well, I've got a few power and water problems. I've got a feeling that the water is partly related to the power problems, and at the end of the last part we actually topped the big city or big town milestone, and we unlocked the high density residential zone, high density commercial and offices, and all sorts of other things, university, metros and various other bits and pieces here which can be quite useful to use. And of course we got the Modern Technology Institute, which is the now green version of the university, and we've got the solar updraft tower, which is quite an interesting power source actually, and it's not been invented, it does actually exist, and that's the first thing I want to kind of look at. And what I need to do first is actually fix this here by coming out like that, and I actually dropped this incinerator at the end of the last part, and I kind of just threw it in, and I shouldn't have really. And what I'm actually going to do is delete the power station. It's here, and we're going to put this new energy source in. I've kind of looked at it. We've got geothermal power plant, which gives us 80 megawatts for 65,000, and it costs 1,000 a week. And this one actually gives us 240 for 2,240 a week. So I'm actually going to build this, and it looks quite cool actually. And I think I can now unpause. It is real technology, and the way it actually works is you have solar panels here, which creates hot air, which then rises up the chimney, and which can drive turbines. Believe it or not. I don't know if you can see a turbine in the top, and there is actually such a power station in Spain. I'm not sure how efficient it is, but it does exist. And what I do want to do is get rid of these to kind of go for a slightly green environment, and that gets it there. But I need to make sure now that my water's still a bit low, but actually in here my budget, my water is actually, and we're gonna, so that's about 110%, and that should give me plenty of water for the expansion of the city. And the reason I'm kind of trying to drag out the water is because if I can get, I think it's the next milestone. Oh no, it's not the next milestone. Maybe it's the one after. That's the one after. Oh, maybe I will have to put some water down, because what I was hoping is to be able to move this out over here, and so I can clean this corner up, and we can then bring this water supply over to here. But I mean, that looks quite neat actually. I do like that. Anyway, we need to get on. We got some demand starting to rise, and what I want to do first is just want to check this area here, and this is our zone which contains the commercial, the new commercial zone. And what I want to do is just kind of come down like that there, because the idea is we're going to have industrial over. In fact, I think what I am going to do is actually bring this over here. Again, I kind of threw this industry down very much at the last moment. I'm kind of regretting it a little bit because we've now got high density commercial. I can kind of drop that down there. I think maybe we will come that way. And we're just going to need to build it up. I did say that I was going to have a more organic city, but I think what I'm going to do for this part for the moment is just keep the city a little bit like this, and then we'll have it more organic over this side. And I think we have the industry over here. Industry is actually building up quite quickly. I didn't actually build that in there properly. And what I do want is we're going to probably have a roundabout here. So what I want to do is have a main road over here. And actually what I could probably do is just keep building this out. Be like that. And yep, so we can now come this way. Maybe we can come like that. We'll just come out like that. I'll just have to reverse that direction. I'm going to do it now while I'm looking at it. Oops. We'll get this area here. This will be my kind of backbone, this area. And of course, we're just going to have to risk distorting the roundabout here. We'll just reverse that, distorted a little bit. And this can come out to here. And of course you can come out like that. And I think maybe we can come out like that. And of course we're just put up very, very small connections across like this. Got a little bit of residential building up as well. As I say, we'll drop a roundabout in there. Looks like we've got some water issues, yes. Without saying. And of course we need to put water out here. 460 is the magic number, although this is a bit distorted. Grid. Have to do a little bit of an overlap here. You can't see the gap with the water. Okay. Again, okay. All a bit mushy. So it doesn't quite cover that corner anyway. I think, and what I need to do is get a bit more commercial. I think we'll keep the high density commercial down here like that side, and maybe we'll have a little bit more on this side like that. Just make sure that that's covered. Yes, that's great. And the other thing I was kind of thinking, guys, is maybe we need to get a little bit of forestry in, because if I show you here, that's resources. We got obviously got some in here, so I think maybe we will have a little bit of forestry up here. I think just to make things there, we could send a road up there. Or do I need to? Well, we'll think about that. I'm just going to plan that in, but we didn't mean to do that. But we do have some residential demand growing up here, and what I want to do is, before I start expanding, what I do need is to get some density in here. Start converting some of this area, and what we're going to have is a kind of a mixed flow here. I know driving people out is a bit illogical, but what I do want to do is de-zone this area here. I want to kind of finally clean this area up a bit. Take this out and just check. Yep. And what I want to do is push this area out a bit more. And I think maybe we want to come out about like this, maybe. Just to give that a little bit of flash. And again, just have a quick check. Yep, that comes up to about there. And I think I need to get the university in. And this is the new university. It says Modern Technology Institute. Cost me 2,400 a week. Cost 90,000. I think we will maybe drop that in just on this corner. That'll have a nice big impact on the city's happiness. Actually looks quite cool, actually. I like that with the world globe in the centre there. Oh yeah, I like that. And I think what we will do is, and I think we will go a little bit regular here. Oops. Bit of a mistake there. Let's upgrade this. And of course we'll drop some more high density in here. Don't want to get too close to this roundabout here. Oops, we've got a bit of a fail here. So we'll just drop some in there. And again here. Of course we can come through here like this. Maybe we'll put a little bit of there. I think maybe we'll just trim this back to about there. I mean, it doesn't really make any difference because if I put residential into this area, it just means that these people, it won't build the appropriate building, but never mind, it doesn't really make that much difference. This is quite small squares, so there's no point putting high density in here. Maybe we'll just come back to about there, leave some space here for offices, just see what the noise level's like. Yeah, there's a little bit of noise there. And maybe we'll just fill in this area here. This is the downside of not using gridding, and this is why a lot of people do use gridding, is the fact that you have these fiddly little areas here which kind of take time to fill in. I think what we will do is take that out and drop my density in here. Like that. And we might as well get rid of this little enclave there. Kind of. And maybe we can pop this in here, across here like that. Use that road as a divider. Right, time to check the services. How are we doing for water? Water's good, power's good. And education. Education is everything. That's dropping. I want to get some residential down here. High schools dropped. Yeah, we probably need another high school. I think what we will do is drop an institute. Let's go traditional. Let's get a traditional high school in about there. That will cover this whole area. University's good. And how's the power here now? Okay, this has actually come in quite nicely, so I think what I can do now is come into there like that, so I can take this power line out. And we'll just zone in some more high density right the way through there, like that, and like that, and like that. And I think we can now start a little bit of work on this area here. go one more straight line down here, or straightish line like that. And I think what we can do now is then start to take off a slightly more organic approach here. Maybe we will come in like that, and maybe we're come up like that. We're going to destroy that no matter what we do, so maybe we'll have a cul-de-sac coming in there, and of course we're going to have a beachfront property down here. Like a bit like this, comes out along like this. And maybe you come down there. And maybe we'll just curve up in like that. And okay, that's straight. And again, I think we're cul-de-sac up like that. Yeah, I think I quite like that. Let's get a footpath in here. I mean, I know I'm messing with the population, but that sometimes you just got to do it, guys. That's all there is to it. All right, we've got a footpath through there, and I think we'll get another one just up through here like that. And I think the next thing I need to do, I've got 229,000. I think I need to start now working on some. But let's zone up this area first. And I think what I'm going to do is quite literally drop high density in here. What's that truck doing? And of course we're probably going to need, oh no, the water's good. And I think what I actually am going to do is put a new zone in here. And I think we're going to come up like that and out like this. And maybe we'll come all the way around here. Oops. Flip the finger there. And I think what we're going to have in here is we have recycling. Oh, I think I'll make that actually citywide. I think Old Town, and what I'm going to do is have, where is it? Where is it? It's quite a lot in here now. Where is it? Schools out. There it is. Schools out. Now I've seen a lot of players refer to this as not requiring any education at all. What it actually means is that people don't go to university, and that means they're more inclined to actually work in the local industry. So you still got to provide education in this area, even if it does actually. Why am I running so slow? And I think also what I am going to do is, what I'm thinking about it is make the whole city cycling. Let's get that going. Oh, this is out of power. Okay, let's get this connected up. Again, I think I'm just going to get rid of the rest of this industry. Want it out of here. And we're just going to, I think we'll just get all the industry along here, or commercial now. I think they can get another road in here like that. Okay. And I think I'll just zone this through and let it build up in its own pace. You know, zone through it completely like this. Like that, maybe up as far as there. Just check. Yep. Oops. Push this out a little bit like that. Maybe as far as there. And of course we'll just finish off that, which should give me a whole nice area that will fill in its own time. And of course get rid of this, because we don't want that kind of contaminating the area. Right, now guys, I think we've got enough with the main structure of the city going. This is going nicely, everything's flowing there. I think what I could do is put a footbridge in over here. Yeah, I think we'll put a footbridge here. Again, it's gonna upset the residents, but we'll get a bridge across here, down. That will encourage people living here to actually come across here and work in this area. People will walk in Cities Skylines. If you're new to the game, people will walk around your city if you give them every reason to do it. And I think come in there and cross over like that on that corner, and I think maybe we'll let residents take a shortcut over here like that. I mean, eventually we will have a city out here that will actually grow up from there. I think what we could probably do is take up a little bit of this extra industrial demand with some offices in here. I think that should help reduce the noise level a little bit. Maybe we'll put some offices through here, like maybe we'll cancel that there, put some low density housing just there. That should absorb some of this area here. Put offices in there as well. It's kind of green residential enclave up here. I think maybe I need to take this out. Yeah, I think we'll take this area out back to about here. Drive a few people out of this area again. I know I'm driving residents out of the city, but I think it's going to be useful in the long term, and maybe we'll take them off that corner there. Okay. And I think we will just keep zoning in this area, high density. Oops. Just take off here, area there. Just fill this in. Right, public transport. I'm kind of a bit inclined. Just kind of zoom out a bit. Now there's a natural spine through there, because of course what I want to do is put metros in, and metros are a little bit noisy, and I think I'm a bit inclined. Where's the metro? I think I'm a bit inclined to whack a metro down about there, and I think what I want to do is run something a bit like that. Can I get this here? Yeah, that should keep the metro away from the residential area. I think if we run a metro like that, that should kind of allow people to travel through here to here. It may look like it's not going anywhere, guys, but what I'm going to do now is put another metro there, another one there, another one there, and this is where it's going to get a bit of a problem, because what I want to do is take it, maybe we'll put one there, and I think what we will do is push this out a little bit more organically. We'll put another one out about here, like this. problem is it's all underground, so I can join it up with straight lines. I'm just going to put a metro line through here like that. Kind of connect it through. This will create a kind of public transport interchange just here. And if we click here, we'll be able to colour these red and orange. And I think that will form a little bit of a spine for the public transport system. So if somebody wants to travel from here down to here, they will be able to use the public transport system. But it will take a little while for it to build up and become effective. Oops. And I think what we will do is drop another big wodge of, actually just take off that and that. And just put this in like this. And that should absorb that. And again, what we will do is start developing this out here. Need to keep an eye on the time. I want to keep these videos relatively short and to the point. I think that's looking good. I think what we can do is zone in the light commercial in here like that. And we'll do this. Let's just check the noise pollution. Oops. Yeah, it's pretty good. Oops, we got water problem here, which I missed. We're gonna have to come down here, and we've reached a small city. So we've now unlocked, got level 6 unique buildings. Haven't looked at unique buildings at all. We've got some new policies, high-tech housing. Of course, we've got cable cars, monorails, and some train options. We've got a new yoga garden. So we're looking good, guys. We're looking good. I think maybe we'll just connect that in like that. Oh wow. And this is growing up quite nicely. As I was saying, we're going to get a new area over there. Let's have a quick look at the unique buildings. I haven't really looked at these since the new DLC came out. Oriental Pearl Tower, that comes from a free LC. Got locomotive halls, that came from the traffic DLC. Got zoos, nothing new in there that I see. Football stadiums, festival. This I think has got stuff from the concert DLC, music club, and we haven't actually unlocked any of these yet. We've got Bird and Bee Haven. What we got to have here? 5,000 square feet of self-sufficient building specification built. Not sure what self-sufficient buildings are. Climate research station, 5,000 squares of farming specialization. Okay, maybe we'll get some farming in. Lungs of the city, a vast area filled with trees, providing the city with fresh raw areas. How big is this? Maybe we can have something like this. Yeah, I quite like that. That may actually have a positive effect on the industrial area as well. Wow, that looks cool. Okay, let's another quick look. And we've got floating gardens, 5,000 of... Oh, so we'll be able to build that once we get to 15,000. And we've got ziggurat gardens. We've got 30 instances of parks and places. Central Park. Wow. Wow, that's going to be massive. Wow. It's going to have a big impact, but... 200,000, yeah, that's going to take all my cash. And of course this is a technology DLC I think I bought. So, oops, this game slowed down. Yeah, I quite like that actually. I think that may have a very positive effect. Let's just have a quick look at our goals. We're running at 82%, we've got 3,000 off the 15,000. I think that's going to be quite interesting getting to that 15,000 squares. well, we're definitely going to need a new city over here, but that would be for a future part. I really need to keep working on this area here. Let's have a quick look at our public transport, wherever it is. Yeah, when the metros aren't carrying as many people as I thought, I'd hoped they would. I think maybe we go with some buses. Yeah, let's do some buses, guys, because of course we got this new biofuel bus depot. The biofuel bus depot works like a regular bus depot, except that it sends out biofuel buses instead of regular ones. The biofuel buses are much more quiet than regular buses and carry just as many people. Place a depot before creating lines. Yeah, I think this is another thing about the noise level, guys. You now get noise from vehicles. You can see the little dots here. So if your traffic increases, so if you come over here, you don't actually get traffic from roads as it used to be. What you get is noise from traffic density. So you can see here, and certain types of trucks and that now actually carry more noise. I'm not sure why we got that truck out here. Let's just have a quick look. Ah, so recycling centres still attract trucks. Okay, that's interesting to know. Right, let's put in, maybe we'll have a bus line down through here, but we need to put somewhere to put the bus station. It's bound to be noisy. Well, we got 25. Okay, let's put the bus station up here in the industrial area. Yeah. Maybe we'll just slip the bus station in here, and I think what we can do is, I think we'll start, got the metro line there, so maybe if we start up here, and what you want, you don't want the buses stops to be too close together, and maybe we'll just come down here like that. Oh, why is that dog legging up there? Okay, we'll just have to come through here like that. Of course, I've got to remember that this is a right-hand drive, so I think what we will do is actually come across into this area like that. Maybe we'll just come down like this. What I want to do is form a loop of a bus route. Got a stop there, so I think we can have a stop there. And have one there like that. And then go back the other way. Key point here, guys, don't put stops opposite each other. Try and stagger them so that the buses don't actually obstruct the road. That applies in City Skylines and real life. One of the worst things you can actually do is put a bus stop opposite another bus stop, because that severely restricts the flow of traffic. Something town planners don't often do, especially in the UK. They don't kind of think about things like that. Oops, I think maybe we'll bus stop there. Maybe we'll drop another one there. Got a few bit close together there. Of course, what we'll do is we'll change the colours on here. Bright, because it's nice green friendly bus service. What that should do is get people in here to come up to here with the buses, and what we can do eventually is extend this line. Actually, what we could do is actually take this line up maybe take this line up to about there. Maybe we're, oops, do that. Got to stop there, stop there. Right, of course you can see the eco buses here, or bio buses, running this way through the city, And of course we've now got a little bit more growth residential wise. I think we will keep expanding out here for the moment, and I think we'll just do this expansion, and this is where I'm going to wind the video up, guys. And I think you come down like this. Maybe it's probably not environmentally friendly to do. Nice new houses here. I think we need to get, wow, that's Institute of Creative Arts. These are quite big buildings actually. Okay, let's get a one there. We're a bit short over here, so maybe we'll put another one. Maybe we'll put one in here. That should have an effect. May have to go slightly higher. Okay, let's put a traditional one in as well. Just put another one there. Get that up. High schools are pretty good, but I think we will put an old style high school in here. Put it in opposite the, because I do want the education as high as possible. Keep everybody happy and everything going here. We've still got a problem here with people, so we're going to need to work on that. Wood is wood. Why is that actually saying? Ah, does that mean that if I have industrial there, does this zoning actually affect? Well, that's interesting. Green market. Does that mean if I put this zoning down, it will actually... Ah, that's interesting. That is very interesting. So because this is green... Ah, what if this is an effect of the thing? Lumber company, yeah. So by putting this down... Oh, this is a discovery, guys. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. By putting this down, so it's changed commercial area, it also has an effect on industrial areas. Wow, that's cool. I like that idea. That gives a bit of versatility. Residential specialisation is what we got here. Self-sufficient buildings. Okay, let's... Gotta have some fun. What's this? Self-sufficient residential buildings recycle their waste and produce energy in solar panels by other means. Consumes 30% electricity, generates 30% less income. Well, we got plenty of income. Okay, let's... Yeah, we got to go for it, guys. Let's go self-sufficient. Have a quick look at this. Oops, I've triggered something. Lots of people moving out. I just destroyed my population. Everyone's moving out. I think this might be a bit of a mistake here, guys. Ha. What have I done? Oh, ha 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 ha. But is anyone moving in? Oh, thank goodness. I've just wiped out my population. There's people moving in. Right guys, I'm just going to speed the video up because I'm aware of the time. But I just wanted to show you guys whether this is actually recovering or not. So I'll see you in a minute once I've actually sorted this out. Right guys, welcome back. This exercise of taking this area completely self-sustaining has had an impact, and I've learned a couple of key lessons, guys. That is the fact that that this power station over here is totally dependent on water. If it loses water, you lose power, and then if you lose power from here, you don't get any water, so it actually becomes self-destructing. And what actually happened is, if I show you the power grid here, the whole city is still having to rebuild, and I've got a bit of a mess here, guys. Actually, I mean, it's slowly recovering. There seems to be a lot more people. I mean, considering I've got half of the city is now wiped out. In fact, I think what I'm going to do is fill in there with high density. I think let's put in, whack down some high density in the area here. Yeah, so I've just given myself a heart attack. I think if we put in the bigger blocks of this, and maybe just fill in these and these and this, like that, clear off that, and fill in that and this. This and this, and this, like this. Just take off this little bits here, and maybe I think we're just in this area here. Of course, my cycling plant, oh, that's connected, that's good. Right guys, I think this is where I'm going to stop. I've managed to completely destroy my city and depopulate it, but at the same time the population is rising. So the only thing I can assume is that these buildings actually have more people in them, or the city is kind of self-adjusting a little bit with respect to the actual environment, is probably the polite way of saying it. And I think what I probably need to do is drop in another one of these over here, get the traffic flowing. Oh, it's got a bit of a water problem here. Yeah, I've got a water dead spot across there, so maybe we're in that area there like that. And I think this is where I'm going to leave it, guys, with my slight embarrassment of doing this area here. But it's building back up again slowly as the demand recovers, and I've got this area that's now filled in quite nicely, and I think I will probably fill this area in off camera, because we've got lots of people now living in this area and moving around. But this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. Just to reiterate, if you change to this policy, be aware that everyone's going to move out and you're going to get a massive loss, and it's going to disrupt your power. Also, that if you use this power station, make sure that it's got a good water supply, because if it loses water, you lose power. And if you're like me, that this is my sole source of power, I nearly devastated the city. So this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.